Hi. Back again, suffering my way through the most tedious bot battles to gather all the good info so you don't have to. I'm just kidding, it's still gonna suck. Taking a look at how to conquer an entire battlefield, one objective at a time. I am Six Snipes, this is Checkpoint, and you're watching 5 Minutes in SANDSTORM. Let's get started. First and foremost, if you haven't seen last episode, it is worth reiterating, just because they're bots, it doesn't mean you got an easy dub. Bots will be passive aggressive enough to double airstrike your point, ignore boundaries and kill you 2 objectives behind, kill people 5 seconds after spawning, prone in grass and wait for you to come by and kill you, and if you thought you were the only one who could call in double helos, guess again, motherfucker. Being the flagship and allegedly most popular PvE mode for Insurgency, Checkpoint features all the fun and balanced properties of its PvP counterpart Push, wherein the team is tasked with inserting into a war zone, clearing out a series of destinations, either capturing points held by an enemy or destroying caches full of vital supplies. After every successful capture, there's a chance the enemy will mount a counterattack. The likelihood is based upon the number of remaining party members alive at the point of the zone changing hands. If it's just you left, it will never happen. If you're all alive, get ready for hell. In the event of a counterattack, hostile fire support will automatically trigger in your location, and commanders can call in additional strikes if you let them. Innumerable bots in the occasional 1996 Toyota Tacoma will also come to get their shit back, and it's your job to disallow this. Every map's final point is always a capture objective and gives them twice the bots and twice the time to accomplish this. This mode is hard. Consequently, you are going to have shit games. I can't tell you how to not get no-scoped by a sniper or avoid getting wall-hacked by a bot reading your position, but I can tell you how to avoid the shit that's meant to be a mechanic and what roles are best for your team to succeed. Here's the #1 thing you need to take away from this video and can be applied to any match, game, work assignment, or school time group project in the future. Your team is dumb as hell. The number of L's you will catch being dead and watching brainlet teammates not being on the point when you're the last alive and the enemy is capping is absolutely dumbfounding. The number of team kills that get pegged on you as a commander just because some shitwad pushes after you tell them you're strafing the point in chat is going to shock you. The innumerable quantity of individuals who operate with an awareness level lesser than even a bot and closer on par to that of a Reddit user will be the most awe-striking facet of this mode. Bottom line is, never assume your team will get it done. Do it yourself. The most doer class out there for starters is the Demo Man. Yes, the Demo Man. Half of the objectives you come across can be neutralized near instantaneously by a competent Demo Man who doesn't have to be within near proximity of the building. Vehicles, specifically technicals, are very resilient to bullets, taking multiple max the armored windows and bodies alone, but I'll die in one direct hit from an RPG and do so very dramatically. And assuming you're on top of that, that means before they cause any issues with your team. Commander is good, it requires a great observer. A great observer knows who their commander is and is with them at all times within remote proximity for chaining radio calls. The range is small enough that you can't just wander off, but big enough that I never felt like I was attached at the hip. A great commander knows how to utilize fire support to minimize your team's contact with enemy elements possessing meaningful numbers. A well-placed air strafe will knock out a cache before your team can reach it on foot. A good artillery will squash opponents trying to get into the zone you just capped, and you have enough time to call both helos and an A-10 gun run on the final point of security and the opportunity to literally double your score in the span of 2 minutes. Meanwhile, gunners and marksmen do a good job of eliminating enemies on a collision course with teammates who have their hands glued to the sprint key or just get a bunch of kills and an easy in card. Everyone else has no excuse to not be playing the objective. Get on the objective. Do not leave until it is captured, and especially not until the next one becomes available. Just because there's not a counterattack doesn't mean they're not coming back. Plenty of times I've wiped out a point and multiple enemies will still make entry into the objective well after. They do not always run away, especially with weapons caches. This also goes for all territory between the last point and the current one. Bots tend to push up and inhabit it. They will also push up and target players whose locations they know of regardless of boundaries. If your guy says this, Shit! That means it's down to you, bitch. It is now your job to win, and nobody's coming to help you. Less spots spawn when there are less players alive and eventually run out of respawns for that objective and allow you to secure the win. If you're security, buy a gas mask. Mountain Dew vape juice falls out of the sky quite frequently and you don't want to be caught in it. If you're insurgent, your gas mask is free, so bring a gas mask. If the technical is spawned, it will always be marked on the map and allow demo classes, gunners, and marksmen to clap an easy dub while they're still rolling up. Helos move reactively when deployed, but always approach from the same direction. You can anticipate and shoot them down accordingly. Stealing a truck makes for a weapon the enemy has a hard time dealing with. The 50 cal one-shots doesn't run out and the armor keeps you safe. A good driver will stay back, position their gunner in the high ground, and you can even post up on the dashboard, shoot windows out, and have double MGs. If you think you're far enough away from the cache, but can visibly see it, you're not far enough away from the cache. If somebody's already arming the cache, you do not need to do it again while they're halfway through. If someone is already arming the cache, it's really funny to set it off while they're in there. Fire support does not take time to ask what team you are on. Only deployed during counterattacks, but very effective. Watch out for suicide bombers. These do not despawn until they are dead. Bots don't actually even have that far of an engagement range, so there's not even that much of a point to snipers except to kill you instantly. Regardless of what you may be witnessing in this clip, the technical truck is not meant to be used as close air support. It is a little known fact that if you are the last team member alive on the last point of the game, that's when the doom music kicks in.